making this video over how I source rhinestones, especially the vintage ones, because it's easy to source like modern rhinestones. I'm also going to do a little bit over the quality and exactly how to find the right size for your jewelry. I'm really excited. It was highly requested, and I want to do this to help all of you guys. So not only you know how to do it, but where to get it and the best places to get it, because it's always nice to restore your pieces to like the original state. You're preserving history, and I love it, and I'm so happy everybody wants to do that. So thank you all for your support, and I hope you enjoy this video and that it helps. And let me know in the comments if you need any help with anything else. I'm always happy to help. So I got this new screencast thing that I'm really excited about, and hopefully I can use it a little bit more to help. So first I'm going to go to Mr. Stone's, and you can see he just pops up really quick. He's very well known, I think, in the world where we go to source for vintage rhinestones. And one thing I really, really like about him is that he like literally runs this business, so you can talk to him, and I have talked to him personally, and he's a very nice guy, and he can find different stones for you. So if you have a specific stone that he doesn't have in stock, you can actually like send him the size, color, and stuff that you need, and he can see if he can source that from one of his sources. So that's very nice. And he has all different shapes and sizes, which is so nice. And a lot of them are vintage. They're like new old stock, but some of them are new, so you just like be aware of that. But you can see these like fan shapes. Those are great because you don't really get to see them a whole lot. I love when he has great selection in stock because it's like these things don't stay in stock. New old stock, you only have so many and then they're gone. So when you see them, usually when I see something like this, I grab some of them just because I know I'm going to need them in the future. But if you're not like me who buys every piece of jewelry she sees, you're not going to need that. But he has all kinds of different shapes and sizes, pointed backs, flat backs. I don't really ever need flat backs because most all jewelry, vintage jewelry, was pointed back, at least in the rhinestones, maybe not the cabochons. But you can see he has all different kinds. And then another one I wanted to show you was the fruits and flowers. Down here, these. Okay, these acorns, this is stuff that was on, this is like the Trifari and Coro fruit salad stones. So these are amazing. This is new old stock. He only has so many. I've grabbed a couple dozen of them just for future because they're so beautiful. They're new old stock, and so you get the original things that you can replace them with. So for the brooches, the earrings and such, he has different sizes, different colors. I wish there was a few more colors, but there's not. Ooh, I got some of those too. Those are gorgeous. But you can see like these come from some of those old Coro and Trifari and other brooches, but Coro and Trifari did a lot of these great molded stones, and these seashell striated ones. And I just wanted to show you that he has this stuff, so it's so nice because like these right here, the curved leaves that are actually have like a pointed back, is amazingly hard to find just in your everyday looking for it. But he has really great stuff. Make sure you pay attention if you're looking for air specific, because some of his things are new, and I just want you to be aware of that. And then he does have some natural stones if you're ever looking for those. I don't use or need a whole lot of natural stones. Every once in a while I use them, but not all the time. So And I wanted you to see that he has repair kits, and I think they're kind of expensive. I don't recommend buying them like this, but if you just want a one-stop shop, here it is. Now let's check out eBay and some of the stones from there. Going here to find things. As you can see, all I do on eBay is jewelry. See? Rhinestones, and it's from some of the people I have said. I love them. So these rhinestones from this person, they do a great job on their rhinestones. I think they're very beautiful, and their size is very true to size. You can see Ponytail 777. Let's visit their store, or we'll just go down here to all items. See here, you again see this PP is what a lot of them measure by, and there's millimeters people measure by, and I'm gonna have a chart in here that shows like what's the millimeter, what that correlates with the PP and stuff like that, because it's confusing, and it was very confusing for me, so I want you all to understand it better than I did. I like to buy these large parcels with all these different stones, but that's because I have so many different things that I am fixing. For somebody who needs just specific stones, maybe you don't want that. But I like these places too because it's cheaper. Like Mr. Stone, he has great products, and when you need specific things, I am all about going to him. However, when you just need a big, large parcel of stones, I feel like people like this, it's better to go to them. No. Oh, right here. Yes, this woman is amazing too. She has so many things, and she also has findings, which I love the findings. So if you are missing a vintage finding, which is a clasp or something like that, she has tons of that, and I love it. But look at how gorgeous these stones are. I mean, they're so perfect. Look at the foil back. These ones are table polished, not file. Oh, look, made in Western Germany. I love, love, love these stones. And see, 6mm Swarovski crystal glass. So when you see that, don't think, oh, but that means it's new. They're not new. They're still, you can see right here, the parcels they're coming in. They're old. They're new old stock. Ooh, look, she has a chart right here that shows you the millimeters. And see, there's SS and PP, and that stuff was so confusing to me when I started. But see, her pictures are really clear. You can see. And she has all these different colors. Yes, a lot of times I just like looking through them. And you can see about how much they are. Colors. Okay, so pieces, about a dozen, cost about $3.60 plus shipping. You see, the shipping's $5, and that's like more than the stones. However, usually when I go to get my stones, I buy quite a few parcels, and she combines the shipping, and it makes it a lot cheaper that way. And I love these random tiny ones because a lot of times I get jewelry that is missing one or two little bitty rhinestones, and these come, when you get these parcels, they come in all different colors, and they're all pretty small, but usually I can find the stone I need in them. So I always recommend, if you're planning on doing a whole lot of repairing, to get some of these mixed parcels like this, because it's a really good deal. And it's not just a really good deal, it's also extremely helpful. So like you can get 500 pieces for $22, which is actually a whole lot of rhinestones. But you could also just get the 100 piece for $6, which is a lot of rhinestones as well. So these people I love, and this is one place I absolutely source from. Sourcing stones from the internet is very easy. But if you're looking to have a stockpile, sort of like I have, I'm going to show you how I do that as well. Because it's fun. I think it's fun the way I do it, and I will show you exactly how I do that as well. But I wanted to show you, this is some of the sites I use. And you can do this just on eBay, period, or Etsy. Etsy has some good ones as well. But you just can say replacement rhinestones, and these things come up. Also, it's very important, I feel like, when you're sourcing your rhinestones and getting them, to know the shapes. And it's funny because before I even started this video, I was going to do a video over rhinestones, shapes and colors and everything, because I thought it was an important thing to know. And I'll probably still do that so it can be more in depth, since this one's going to be more about sourcing and how to measure the stone. Probably help me a little bit more. Yeah, see, now I love when it shows the shop up here. And Fire Mountain Gems is another place I really, really like. However, I do want to say they're not a lot of new old stock. Their stuff is fairly new, but it's still really nice because new jewelry needs replacement stones too. It's not like you need vintage stones to replace stones in these gorgeous Nolan Miller and Joan Rivers pieces and stuff like that. You need, these newer stones. And it's the same kind of way to, it's the same way as everywhere else that you would look them up. You can see you shop by the colors, the shapes. And this is a great place just to go to learn shapes of stones and to learn what you really need, because you can see pear, freeform, square, rectangle. It's really nice. And these are the cabochons I think I went to. So, and a cabochon basically is a non-faceted stone. And it could be glass, plastic, acrylic, or a natural stone of some sort. So another place I source from is just my own junk boxes. This has so many different pieces. Some are newer, and I keep them in here because, of course, there's newer jewelry that needs to be repaired as well. But then when I find pieces that are older, like these vintage pearls, they don't look like this anymore when you get them. This has like this real pearl look to it. So it's really nice to have those when like a piece of Trifari or something is missing one of its pearls, because honestly, they just don't make that very much anymore. I love this bracelet. I put it in here to harvest the rhinestones, and I've never done so. I think I'm just going to fix it. But you can see, like, you can have these things and harvest the rhinestones from them. I even have little diamonds and stuff in here that I harvest from. Here's a beautiful earring that I'm not harvesting from. I don't know why it's in there. I need to put it in my single and looking tray. But yeah, so these are wonderful to have too if you only have the one. They come in handy because that's hard to find. You think it's like some really cheap, easy stuff to find, but it's not. These thermoset pieces are always harder to find. Single earrings. I use a lot of these single Trifari earrings for the faux pearls on them. And you don't, it's so much easier and cheaper actually to buy it like this. So when I'm at an estate sale and they have a bag of single vintage earrings for $8, it is so much cheaper to buy that single bag of earrings with all these amazing vintage rhinestones on it than it is to buy, go online to like Mr. Stone or these other people who are wonderful, you know, but they, you know, charge a lot more than I want to pay most of the time. Because I'm cheap. I can't help it. I just am. And then this is just like one box full of it. But, you know, so when people say, where do you source from? I do source a lot from my own stockpile of stuff. So anyways, I just wanted to show you this. I do keep boxes and boxes of these. And I love them because it's, like I said, a lot cheaper. And sometimes these stones are harder to find. I think this is what, a Sarah Coventry piece? Yeah, right there, Sarah Coventry piece. And these little blue stones, they're like non-drilled holes. They were used, like this faux turquoise was used in so many different pieces of jewelry, especially Schreiner. It was used a lot in Schreiner, and it's really hard to find like that exact color. So I love having them. And like I said, I really recommend buying singles or broke pieces, like beyond repair, because obviously you're going to want to repair a lot of them. And sometimes you hit the jackpot and get some of those single earrings that they're worth a lot just because it's, you know, the brand and what it is. But anyways, I just wanted to show you that because I always think people pass those lots up, and I don't think they should. I love buying these too because these moon glow, just the glass is so wonderful, beautiful, and hard to find. And I fixed lots of bracelets. It seems like lots of bracelets are missing these. So I definitely recommend, you know, just, you know, stocking up and stashing a collection of broken things as well. Let me see if I can talk on this one. My daughter's asleep. It's like 2 a.m. So it's a great time to do a video. This is a caliper. So this is how we would measure rhinestones the size we need. They come in inches and millimeters. And I 1000% suggest you get a digital caliper. So when you're doing it, watch, like I open it, oh, it just automatically comes on. Has it in inches. I usually change it to millimeters. And you can go back and forth, and this is what's going to help you. If you want to use just a regular manual one, that's fine, but the readings I feel like are so much better on these, and they cost about the same. You can get them on Amazon for about, I mean, you can get really expensive ones, but you can also get one like this for, I think it was like $13. And the batteries are actually dying on this one, so perfect. But I wanted to show you too how to use this. This one here is to measure something from like the width of it. So let's just say you want to measure a pearl. You just take it and you can just put it here. Now if it's like, this is like really thin here, I don't know if you can see that really well. It's really thin there, but it's thicker here, and it's the same, so you can do it on both spots, but like this is when you got to get into a crevice or something. So you want to definitely, and once you just do it, you can take it off too. It's not like a big deal. It's 5.3 millimeters. Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to turn that off.
Yeah, so that's how you use this end. Now, if you're wondering what this end is for, it's to measure the inside of things. So, like, here's a bracelet I love. If I want to measure, let's say to resell it, I want to know what the diameter is of this. Now, of course, lots of people have bracelet measures and things like that, but you can take this, and instead of doing this and, like, you know, trying to get it, and, you know, it's 69 millimeters, I would change it to inches for this anyway, 2.7. What you want to do is take the little end, not like the big thick end, but the little end, and you're going to do it, and you see how this one's different than that, kind of like rabbit ears, and you're going to pull it. It actually measures the inside of things. So the inside of this is about 2.5 inches, so that's really nice. So these digital calipers are so handy, and I love them. And too, like, if it ever gets messed up, like, let's say, you can tell easily if it's messed up because you're on 10 right there. You need to make sure you're on 10. I'm a little over 10. But if it ever does mess up, close it all the way and just push 0. It's just like when you weigh something and it's tar. That's basically what this is for that. I've had this a long time. I use it a lot, so I definitely need to change the batteries, but I don't think I have those batteries. Like, why would I have that battery around the house? Anyways, so that's how I measure the rhinestones, and I'm going to show you how, but I just wanted to show you the 2 different ways to use these digital calipers because they are super, super handy. And at first I didn't know what this end was for, so definitely wanted to show you that too. Okay, so here is a little guy. He is super cute, but he is dirty and has some really junky replaced stones in there. You can see this one is brown, and I just can't stand that. So, of course, why would I be ready? I'm just gonna get my little tools out so I can take that stone out, and then I'll show you how to measure it. Oh, that was easy enough. Okay, let's see. I hope this is clear. So I'll put the camera a little bit closer, but you can see that this is almost like a gray color. But on this one, I bet you they use like a super glue because it's kind of, oh, no, not a super glue. Look, I could probably guarantee you that's like an E6000. Look at that goo. Ugh. Anyways, so, now we need to measure these. The whole point of the video, measuring them. Okay, I want to show you. You got your caliper, set it to millimeters. Now, if you don't, of course, I lost my round stone. You have your round stone here. My mom has, like, her fingers are numb now. She sewed all her life and stuff. So I understand how this could be hard to measure. It's tiny. And if you have any problems like that, or like when I was pregnant, I had carpal tunnel so bad, I felt like my hands were broken. So, 2, got your dental wax. So many uses for this thing. I put it there. And you just put it there and you have your top sitting. Is this clear? It's a little bit more clear. You have your top sitting there so you can see how it's stuck in there. And you just take your caliper, You can hold it, or you can do it while it's sitting there, whichever you want. And you just, I hope you can see this, how I'm doing it. And you want to do it till it touches. And I have 3.7 millimeters. So I'm just either going to write that down so I can look it up and find it on the sites, or you know, that's how you have to order them. So you do the millimeters, or they have like PP, and sometimes they have like a different one. I'm not sure.
I think this is a good time to bring up the terminology sheet that I made. And as you can see, it has the SS, the PP, and the MM on there, and explains what those are. And then it explains what the different type of stones are as well.
That's how easy it is, really. Now, if you're wondering, well, how do you do it if you don't have a stone? Two ways to do it if you don't have a stone. One, get your caliper out, and you're going to measure the inside of your cup that the stone is not in. I don't recommend this one near as much because I don't feel like you get as good of a fit. But I am not pulling this right. Okay. Well, 3.8. And I used this side that I showed earlier on the bracelets, how to do it. And, you know, so I still have very, very close to the right size. Now, the other way I would recommend doing it too is taking your stones, and it doesn't have to be the right color or anything, just the right shape, and taking any stone, like any of the stones you have, and putting it in there and finding which one fits, which one looks right. So let's just pull out some stones. So I have some stones here, and I want to see which one looks right and fits. Nope. I mean, that one fits, but the truth is it's not the same shape as the other ones, and it's so shiny right now, I don't even know if you can tell, but it's flatter in the cup than the other ones, so I don't want that one. Basically what I'm going to do is just put the stones in there until, oh, that one's pretty spot on. That's an ugly stone, I need to throw it away, but still spot on. And so now I can take my caliper and measure it, just like I was doing with the other ones. So I put it on my little wax there. And you can see it's 3.7. Please remember, your stuff shouldn't be beeping like this. It's still accurate, but it's just the batteries are dying. Anyways, so that's the ways you would measure if you didn't have it. You would measure the inside of the cup with the small side, or you would find another stone and place it in here. If you still have stones in there too, sometimes you can just measure if they are coming out of the cups a little bit. You can just measure, boop, right there in the cups as well. And you're going to get, oh, look at that. See? You're going to get the approximate size. And most of the time it's pretty approximate anyway, because they don't really come in like 3.7. They're going to come in kind of a little bit of a standard size.
So here's a rhinestone chart conversion table that I've made for everybody, and it's on the cheat sheet video as well, so you can just see it there. I painstakingly made this, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure there's other ones in other places, but I feel like this one's pretty easy to follow, and I wanted to kind of explain how to do this. So we just measured a rhinestone that was 3.7 millimeters, which would convert into the stone size of 15 or the pearl plate of 30. And that's important because a lot of people sell like that, especially the old parcels. Here's a photo from one of Heavenly Jewels things, and you can see the PP27 and stuff. Here's a PP25. Now she does the conversions on there as well, but a lot of people don't, and I wanted you guys to know that this chart is available, and so when you are doing your measuring, that you can get the right stone size. So a little bit about the quality here. Here's different rhinestones. Two of them are acrylic or plastic, and then one of them is actually a glass cut rhinestone. And it is so hard to tell the difference if you're just online looking at these. But right now, like you can see side by side, they both have this wonderful prism look and they're shiny. However, the backs of them are very different because of the, you can like see through this. It's very nice. But the plastic ones are also a little bit more clear. But you can see that's got a shiny, just like metallic coating, sort of just like a paint or film on the back, while the vintage rhinestones actually have a foil, a metal plating on the back. And that's the reason, too, they can tarnish and rust and become dead stones, while the plastic ones really never have that happen to them because it's not going to tarnish or rust like that. And you can see here I have another piece. I just harvested these from like a J. Crew necklace, and they both have that like coating on the back, and sometimes you can see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see here, but there's a tiny little like spot right here where basically it was cut off a sheet of tons of different rhinestones, and it still kind of has that little like pick on there that you can tell. It's just part of a piece of plastic from a not manual but completely machine made piece, while these were, you know, they were machine made, but there was a lot of handwork in them as well. And now I'm going to put them together, and you can see, I mean, side by side, they're so close. The quality looks really great, but when you have them in hand, you can tell the difference, the weight, you know, the feel of it, all of that. So my best advice on buying things online or buying quality rhinestones online is to trust your seller, for one, and also try to get them from the countries, the vintage countries that they were made in. Like a lot of these ones were made in Austria, Germany, Czechoslovakia. So when you see that on the parcels, you can know pretty much that the quality is going to be there, and especially Austria. Here's another one that looks like it has a vintage look to it, but it has this newer checkerboard cut. It's actually just a plastic or acrylic piece, and as you can see, it just has that metallic coating on the back that's been rubbing off. And then there's going to be another stone here. I think I'm going to scratch this real quick, yeah. See, the foil would just be chipping off, but that stuff stays on because it's basically just like a paint adhesive that goes onto it. And here's an actual vintage rhinestone of this amber color. And you can see they look so close. So if you're online and they don't show you the backs, you don't see that, you won't really know, but you can see the foil backing on the actual vintage stone. And most of the time, I see the vintage stones also have a gold backing. As you can see, here's like a whole assortment, and I keep them together, and most of the backings on there are gold. Some of them are silver, so I'm not saying some vintage stones can't have that silver on it, but it would still be like a foiled silver and not like that painted on film. So this is like an AB green, and it's still vintage, but it doesn't have like that painted on. So just to reiterate on the quality, I think the most important thing is to trust where you're sourcing from. So if you're sourcing from the internet, know who you're buying from. Let's try to find a trusted buyer. These are the ones I trust, but I know there's a whole lot more out there that are very trustworthy. And also, please try to make sure to figure out where your stones are coming from. If they're coming from Czechoslovakia, Austria, or Germany, those are all wonderful places to get those stones. This is just a terminology sheet to help you learn some of the terms for the rhinestones. And here is the conversion charts I made. There's 4 different ones, so it kind of goes through it for you. And I also made another like little mini videos from this, and you can go to the playlist of the mini videos, and there's one of just these cheat sheets in there. And also this last cheat sheet I made is pretty nice. It has where the black lines are is where you would put your caliper to measure it. So that's where you would get your measurements from, so you could order the correct ones online. And also it tells you the name of the shapes of the stones, so that can help as well. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye!